Hello, this is Brian Tracy again, and let's talk about some of the universal principles worldwide that you need to know to raise happy, healthy, self-confident children. Number one, and this can change your entire life, is eliminate all destructive criticism from your family. We have a rule in our family that no destructive criticism is allowed. We never criticize our children. We will argue with them, we will disagree with them, we will have conversations with them, but we never criticize them. We never tell them that they're bad. We never tell them that they're no good. It's interesting, one of the major problems of adulthood is the feeling that I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not as good as others. We feel inferior when we compare ourselves to others. And this feeling of inferiority and negativity and I'm not good enough comes from destructive criticism when we were children, especially before the age of 5 or 6. So eliminate destructive criticism, and then here are 5 things that you can do as operating principles with your children. Number 1 is acceptance. The greatest gift that you can give to a child is unconditional 100% acceptance. So the child knows that you accept them completely with no reservations and no criticisms. I tell my children all the time that I think they are wonderful children. And I tell them all the time that I support them 100%. And I never criticize them. Now, how do you express acceptance with your children? It's easy. You just smile every time they come in. You smile when you see them as though you're happy to see your children. And children recall that. Every time they come into the presence of their mother or father, the parents smile. So they look forward to seeing you. I've heard many experiences where children grow up and they leave home and they travel to the other side of the country and they never come back. Why? It's because their parents criticized them all the time. And they had only one goal in life, which was to leave and never come back. The second thing you can do for your children is called appreciation. With appreciation, you say over and over again, thank you. Thank you for this, and thank you for that, and thank you for your help, and thank you for cleaning up your room. Every time that you smile at a child, their self-esteem and self-confidence goes up. Every time you say thank you, they feel more valuable and important, and their self-esteem goes up. These are very simple things to do. The third thing you can do is admiration. Admire their qualities. You say, you are certainly a persistent person, or you are very patient, or you are a very good person. Always tell children that you admire their qualities, admire their possessions. Admire the clothes that they wear. Admire little things about them. And admire their accomplishments. When they accomplish something worthwhile, they get a good grade from school, for any kind of achievement, admire it and tell them you think it's a wonderful thing. The fourth thing that you can do is called approval or praise. One of the definitions of self-esteem is how much a child feels worthy of praise. And the more you praise a child for their efforts, and praise a child for their successes, and praise a child for anything they do, the more their self-esteem goes up, the more they like themselves, the more confidence they have for the future, and the more they love you as the parent. And the fifth thing you can do is called attention. Focused attention, listening closely to your children when they speak, is a powerful way to build self-esteem in your children and build self-confidence. So what you do when they speak is you listen without interruptions. You lean forward. When I'm at home and my children come over, and my children are grown now, I stop everything. I stop everything and I go and I focus all my attention on them. I tell them I am so happy to see them. I smile. I put my arms around them. I help them bring things in. I treat them as though they are special guests. And it's an honor for me to be able to have them come and visit. And you know what happens? My children are like that ball on a rubber string. They just keep coming back over and over. If your children don't visit you very much, there's a reason for it. It's because it's not a pleasant thing for them. It doesn't make them happy. Many children have reached the point where they visit their parents, but only for a short time, and then they leave quickly because their parents are always criticizing them. Remember, criticism is a habit. You start it a little bit when you're a child. By the time the child is 5 or 6, the parent criticizes the child 8 times for every 1 time that the parent praises the child. So get into the habit of giving more and more praise and eliminate destructive criticism. When you listen to your child, look them in the eye and face them clearly, because the more you listen, the more children feel valuable and important. So these are some of the things that you can do to raise happy, healthy children. Eliminate destructive criticism, give them unconditional love and acceptance, smile when you see them, say thank you whenever they do something, give them praise and approval, admire their possessions, and listen to them closely when they talk without interruption. Listen without interruption as though this was your boss or a very important person, and you don't want to interrupt them because you will break their train of thought. So listening closely is the most wonderful thing that you can do to build self-esteem in your children.